Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to the latest episode of Brian's Jerky Journey, episode 10. I'm your host and the place to be, Notorious Brian G. And I'm actually just doing a special intro to this episode. I'm actually in my home. I'm not in my car. I've already done the review. I did it yesterday, and I just want to give you guys a quick disclaimer that I really wasn't that thrilled with it. But I'm not going to do another retape of this episode. It is what it is, and I want to keep it authentic and real and true to the experience. So I just want to apologize in advance for how it came off. In the elements, it was done a little later than normal, kind of rushed, and unfortunately wasn't what I was expecting, and I wasn't as prepared as I'd like to be compared to prior videos. So without further ado, here's episode 10 of Brian's Jerky Journey, along with my initial stab at video editing and some effects, a custom intro and outro. So if you like the video, I didn't have a chance to say this, but in the actual review, because I was kind of rushed, like I said. But if you like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on the video, and hit the subscribe button to watch past, present, and future videos. As well as, if you haven't done or so already, liking the Facebook page at Brian's Jerky Journey, on the Twitter at BG Jerky Journey, and on Instagram at Brian's Jerky Journey as well. So without further ado, here's episode 10. Thanks, guys. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for joining us for another special episode of Brian's Jerky Journey. A special episode, as it is episode 10. Hope everyone's having a good day today. It is Saturday. It is almost 5 o'clock here in New England, and if you can't tell from the background, it's dark already. It's the beauty of going to daylight savings time. It's not getting darker earlier. It's depressing, but it is what it is when you live in this wonderful region. Yeah, so it's Saturday before Veterans Day. Hope everyone's having a great day. Trying things a little differently today. As you can tell, the positioning of the camera this time. I have one of those mounts that you put in your car, in your CD player. So my car, and actually before I tell you, actually got this car in June. I have actually 2016 Buick LaCrosse. And I like to give my car nicknames. And for this car, I like to give her the acronym of OMB, which stands for Old Man Buick. Just to joke around with some of my friends that the fact that I drive a Buick, that I consider myself to be an old man, especially now that I'm in my early 40s. But fact of the matter is, just kind of researching new cars back in June when I was due to get a new one. I just read a lot about the Buicks, how they changed, and I was looking at the LaCrosse, and I was looking at the I forget the other name of the model, but it's basically a smaller model car. And I really like the LaCrosse. It has a luxury look to it. It's an American car, so it's not priced expensively like you would on the Ford model luxury models. And I got a 16 back in June. It's fully loaded. I love it. And I call it the OMB, and that's where I've been doing all these reviews from. So hope you guys enjoy that. Highly recommended. I got it off lease. Last couple cars that I've gotten them off lease. Highly recommended. You get the car with a little bit of wear and tear on it, but the cost comes down significantly. This car itself, I got probably half off, getting it 3 years off lease, fully loaded with extended warranties and stuff in it. So really like the car. It's all leather interior. It's got a moonroof, Bose sound system. It's awesome. So I enjoy doing my reviews in this as I do driving this car around. So, but yeah, so right now I'm at my kid's play group waiting for him. He gets out in about 15 minutes. Ran a couple errands while I was there. I got my hairs cut. Took about an inch off the top. This time, my wife and I have been kind of going back and forth in terms of how short I should cut it. But I'm kind of going along with her way and cutting it shorter and shorter and seeing how it goes, if I can get away with it. But yeah, got my hair cut. Got them all cut. I love dad jokes. So anywho, I just wanted to thank everybody for commenting on my last episode. We talked about, oh man, episode 9 was turkey. No, I forget what episode it was. My apologies. I should know this stuff ahead of time. I didn't do notes like I did last time. Umberto. I'm sorry. Jesus, I should have known that. Oberto, Seattle-based Washington brand, coming off of All Saints Day. We did that on Tuesday at Election Day, while we were waiting for election results to come in. And not surprisingly, we kind of expected to win one. So congratulations to all those where I live for their victories, and hoping that they can do good for the city for the next couple of years that they're in office. So, but since I did the Alberto episode and asking for suggestions, engaging the people that have liked my page so far, well over 100 likes on the Facebook page, I actually got a message from somebody I go to church with, lives in town with me, to try out a brand. I'm actually not going to preview it today. I actually found something else. But the brand is called Wicked Cuts. And it looked really good. And I thought it was a New England flair to it because of Wicked. I live in Massachusetts, so I have that stereotypical Boston accent. If you might not have heard it from time to time, but people who don't live in this area, Wicked is a term that we use quite regularly, and it can mean a variety of different things. So, in Wicked, it's usually a verb, an adjective to suggest something positive, or you stress the positive or the negative. That's wicked awesome. That's wicked terrible. Another term that goes with wicked is pissa. Pissa can be great. But anyhow, I was looking at that brand, Wicked Cuts, and you have to buy direct from them. And they had a special 20% off coupon if you submitted your email address. But they charge shipping for it, and I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to shipping. I work in the e-commerce business myself, and find that if you buy enough, you shouldn't have to pay to get it shipped. So I didn't buy from them, but in the process of looking, I was like, I wonder if there's any other local-based jerky that I can try out here. So, and I actually came across one, and this is actually going to be my first time seeing it as you're seeing this video, and I actually had to get it off of Amazon, so I got it in the Amazon package the other day. It comes in this blue wrapping. And I actually got the original and the teriyaki flavoring of Boston Jerky Company. They were founded in the City of Champions. City so badass. Its people started the Boston Tea Party because they didn't want to pay taxes. The city so rebellious, it took the letter R completely out of the alphabet. If you're still asking yourself, is this jerky any good? In the words of our people, it's wicked good. Best I ever had. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. EVAH. Ever had. So this is the grass-fed Wicked Original. And actually, oh, look at that. This is actually a, Oh, cool. So this is actually a 100-calorie bag. One serving, so it's 2 ounces actually. And so based off the content here, it's actually it's a lot healthier from a caloric perspective. Just looking at the which one is this one? Oh, this is Wicked Hot. Oh boy, this should be fun. Fortunately, I have water with me, so I didn't think I'd have to wait a while before trying one of the hot jerkies. I've actually been looking at the Carolina Reaper, which I guess is like the really hot jerky, and I didn't want to do that just yet, but I guess I'm going to this time. So, so basically these are 100-calorie bags. They're 2 servings in the bag. So when I was looking at it originally, I'm like, oh wow, from a per serving standpoint, it's actually it's a lot healthier compared to prior jerkies that I reviewed. So just kind of going through it real quickly, and I'll try to do a side-by-side. But looking at the original, 1 ounce serving size, 2 servings in the container. This is a 2 ounce package, so they're not lying. It's 50 calories for 1 ounce serving. 1 gram of fat, no saturated or trans fats. 15 milligrams of cholesterol, 360 milligrams of sodium. 3 grams of carbs, so it's actually I think kind of goes hand in hand. Lower calories, you get lower carbs. 3 grams of carbs, no dietary fiber, 3 grams of sugar, which includes 1 gram of added sugar. So that's actually the first I've read in any other jerkies having added sugars in there. So, and 7 grams of protein. And it actually has additional information here regarding other ingredients. 6 milligrams of calcium, 1 milligram of iron, 141 milligrams of potassium. So. And then kind of comparing it to the Wicked Hot 51 15. So the Wicked Hot is 15 milligrams of cholesterol, 470 milligrams of sodium, which if it's hot, that's probably why. That's that flavoring. 2 grams of carbs, so it's actually lower carbs. 0 grams of dietary fiber, 1 gram of sugar, no added sugars, compared to 1 gram of added sugars for the original. And then 8 grams of protein. So the Wicked Hot is actually less carbs, more protein, slightly higher, much higher sodium. So, drum roll please. Let's dig into the Wicked Original. Tenderness and texture for the Wicked Original. Just digging into it right now, I can already feel it's kind of, definitely feels fresher. Oh wow. So, oops, oh no, I dropped some. Oh no. Anywho. So, tenderness and texture. This is very, very tender. Kind of breaks off easily. Scent and smell. Smells good. It's got a smokiness to it. Maybe it's just, oh no, I lost the light. Hang on a second, guys. There we go. Turn the light on this time. And then scent and smell. And then chewiness, I'm assuming, is going to be very chewy. But let's take a look and see. And taste. Can you smell it? Can you smell it? Take a whiff. Come on. So I have actually have a twin brother. I don't think he's watched these yet, but he's actually a Catholic priest. So we're very much not alike when it comes to that stuff. And we sound alike. We might look like brothers if you see us, but nobody would ever think that we're twins. I probably have 4 or 5 inches on him, and at least 50 pounds. At least. Probably more. So, but we sound alike. But, yeah, so he'd go like, you want to smell it and stuff like that. I remember when we were kids, it's funny enough because he's a priest, but he was such a part of my language. I don't usually swear in these videos, but I just kind of feel like I'm being real. But he was really kind of a dick as a kid. Kind of a devil. I would joke around, I'm like, wow, somebody who's a devil becomes a priest. That's just telling. But I remember, like, he used to, like, pick his nose. And just be like, ugh. And then he'd just go like this right to my face. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Come on. But, yeah, that's what I was thinking of when I just did that. So this is pretty good, actually. And it's surprising that this is 2 servings for 100 calorie pack. So I haven't really scanned it to see how the from a Weight Watcher point perspective, how that's going. But yeah, let's try this. And I have 5 minutes before I pick up my kids. So I'm gonna end this soon. Tenderness and texture definitely feels drier. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, this video is going to end quickly. I can just feel it. Very dry. Very dry. Look at that. Look at that. I just threw it in my mouth already without going to the other elements. Scent and smell. Yeah. It's got kind of a Sex Panther type of scent to it. Stings the nostrils. But, yeah. I'm kind of nervous of trying it, but let's try chewiness and taste. And I got the water handy right now. Look at hot. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a hotness right there. There's a oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. And then, oh, crap. Woo! Excuse me. Sneezing during a video. My apologies, guys. But this stuff is very hot. That it's almost kind of like my eyes are watering a little bit. Definitely kind of clearing my sinus per se. So it's a good indicator in terms of how it's going to be trying different flavors outside of beef and teriyaki. I was actually expecting the teriyaki, so that's probably an error on my end that I thought I was going to get that, but I didn't. Oh well. I actually got this on Amazon. Like I said, you can look this up. Boston Jerky Company. Wicked Hot, Literally, that's what it says. Wicked hot. But it's pretty good. I think if you have probably like a glass of milk with this, or something to kind of take the edge off the hotness, it'll be good to have. But it's very dry. Not something I usually would eat. But if you're into hot jerky, if you're into hot stuff, this is pretty good. I recommend that if you like that. Not really my cup of tea. Not really my cup of green tea. But the Wicked Original, I like that. I'll probably give them a shout out. And maybe see if I can get some teriyaki to try this time. But yeah. Anyway, coming up in 14 minutes. That'll do it for this episode. I'm gonna go in and pick up my kid. You guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see you next week for episode 11. Hope you enjoyed the journey with me. And you join me on the next one. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Thank you for watching Brown's Jerky Journey. If you don't like jerky, you suck.